is the best power system in all of anime, hands down. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Itch Rashad here. With probably another controversial hot take, I'm going to be honest, but I do want to talk about power systems in anime today, and we're going to be talking about my personal opinions, top 5 power systems in all of anime. Now, coming in at number 5, I'm gonna get a lot of slack for this one. I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to put Chakra at number 5. And I think the main reason why I'm gonna have to put Chakra at number 5 is because while it is very flexible and adaptable, the original purpose for Chakra was not actually meant for fighting. It was meant to connect with each other. Originally from, the Sage of Six Paths, the original one, Hagoromo. It wasn't until much later when Indra actually discovered that if you use certain hand signs that, of course, you can produce fire, lightning, whatever else it is. And then, of course, a whole bunch of mess came from that. Now, the reason why I'm putting it down only at number 5, which is still very high, and I still, like it, is because there's a lot of drawbacks to, Chakra as a power system. Number 1, yes, you have certain clans and certain people like the Uzumaki who have an abundant amount of chakra and can do a lot of things with it, also like Jiraiya. But you also have a lot of people like Boruto, ironically, who don't tend to have very large reserves of chakra. Also, you need a really good teacher just to even kind of figure out how to use your chakra efficiently. And then on top of that, to even figure out elemental release, you need to be usually at a little bit of a higher level, like a Chunin level. So for everyday use, I wouldn't say it's very practical, and we see that throughout Naruto. Now coming in at number 4, I would probably put I am going to put the Haki, right? The Haki Devil Fruit, system, but because I'm putting them both because they're both One Piece, I don't really feel like that's fair to take up 2 slots. Now for One Piece, I would say that Devil Fruits have a huge drawback, honestly, simply because of the fact that if you eat one, then you can't really swim anymore, right? And for some people, that's not that big of a deal, and they can still get away with a lot more. But you could also end up with a pretty crap Devil Fruit ability too. And I'll also say this much. There are some really good Devil Fruit abilities in One Piece, right? Depending on the type. You got the Mythicals, the Zones, Parmesias, right? Logia types. But there also are a lot of Devil Fruit abilities that really do suck. And also kind of change your personal appearance sometimes if you're not careful. Haki, right, on the other hand, is a little more flexible, but again, it requires an intense amount of training to use certain kinds of Haki, like armament Haki, for example. Like, Luffy was very strong before the War of the Best arc, and he still didn't know it yet. He didn't know how to use armament Haki yet, and then, after the time skip, he was using it. We understand that. Observation Haki, it's never been clearly stated, because sometimes it really can just be unlocked, like we saw with certain people in there, like Usopp, who just kind of unlocked it on his own. He was never taught it, but then Luffy was taught it, so we're not really sure about that. And then, of course, the most OG form of Haki, Conqueror's Haki, you're pretty much just born with it. Either you have it or you don't have it. There's nothing you can do to kind of train to unlock it. So I personally don't really like that. Coming in at number 3 are Quirks from My Hero Academia. So the reason why this is so high, and this is not just landed because My Hero Academia is one of my favorite new gen anime, I like how they do quirks or physical abilities, quirk factors, whatever you want to call it, because of the fact that even though you may get like a power, for say like Todoroki, half hot, half cold, explosion like Bakugo, the reason why I like it so much is because ultimately they are still physical abilities, and they make that very clear. For example, Endeavor's ability, right? I don't know the actual name of it though, but he has a fire quirk though. He has a fire quirk, and it is essentially allows him to create fire. He can fly with his fire. He can burn through holes. He can even climb walls by melting part of it and then attaching himself to it.
I'm nothing like you. I can barely.
It's a pretty OP quirk, but he does get overheated after prolonged use, which is why he sought out, raised quirk, ice quirk, so that way he could produce an air who wouldn't have to worry about being overheated. Conversely, Todoroki, when he was fighting Deku, I think in season 1, either season 2, when he kept using the ice quirk because he didn't want to use the fire quirk because it was, indigenous to his dad and he wanted nothing to do with his dad, he started to, get frostbite, which could have easily been combated with the fire quirk. So they make that very clear. Even Bakugo, when he did his, major explosions when they were fighting All Might in one of the practical exams without the use of his gauntlets, right? He suffered a lot of physical damage from using them. So I think that there are a lot of practical applications as well. And your physical limits from very, very early on. And you also get your quirks usually about the age of 4 or 5. So you have years to kind of master it, from the start, and everybody either gets it or they don't get it. It's not like you have to be a shinobi. You don't have to be a pro hero or anything like that. Coming in at number 2 is Alchemy. So the reason why I'm putting Alchemy so high up is because it is very, very practical to use. All you really need is like a foundational understanding of how it works. It works off of equivalent exchange. So in order to gain something, you must, give something of equal value.
I'll give half of my life to you if you give half of yours to me.
Even from, normal day-to-day life, like there's a lot of practical uses for it. Again, there's nothing super crazy special. All you need to do is be able to understand what you were trying to, create, the anatomy of it, and then you can do it. It's actually really similar to Momo's quirk in My Hero Academia, Creati. And I think I really like it too because it makes you become responsible in understanding what you can and can't do in your limitations. You're not trying to play God. You're not trying to, change anybody's life. And if you do, there are immediate drawbacks. And we've seen that in the show with Ed and Al when they tried to bring their mother back. That's how, Al ended up in the suit of armor. Ed ended up, with the metal arm and a metal leg. I also really like it because of the fact that it makes you learn more about, science and human anatomy in order to, transmute things or change their actual physical biology of it, though. So that's probably why I'm going to put it at number 2, because it forces you to kind of learn a little bit more. You can't just be a dumb person and just use alchemy. You need to actually know and hone your craft. And finally, coming in at number 1 would be Nen. Yes, Nen from Hunter x Hunter is number 1. I don't care what anybody says. It is the best power system in all of anime. Here is the reason why. So I believe there are 6 categories, if I remember correctly. So you can be an enhancer, you can be a manipulator, you can be a conjurer, you can be a transmuter. What am I missing? You can be a specialist, and then you could be an emitter, right? Those are the 6 categories, right? And if you're a specialist, you can wield control over all of the other types of, Nen. Now you can only 100% match the one category. We understand that. Unless you're a specialist, then you will wield full control out of all of them. The reason why I like this power system so well is because of the fact that it goes based off a lot of your personality quirks. We saw this, during the Heaven's Arena arc where Gon and Hisoka were fighting. Where Gon had finally started to learn about Nen, and Hisoka straight up called him out based on his personality. He was like, yeah, well, you're probably an enhancer because you're super straightforward. And he had realized that in his years of, studying Nen, that most people's personality lined up with whatever type of, Nen they could use, right? Whether you're an enhancer, you're very brash and straightforward, right? Manipulators are exactly what they sound like. They're very, very deceitful in nature. So I think that's why it's always been one of my favorite uses of it too. And I love the fact that you can use it in different ways. Like we see, it's really, you can do whatever you want with it. Once you figure out your actual Nen category as an enhancer or a manipulator or a conjurer, you can do anything with it whatsoever. As we saw with Gon with the John Jakin game, right? He really liked that game. He thought it was fun. He created that ability. You can make any type of ability. We saw with Kite and the slot reels. It's amazing. I think that's why it's always my favorite, because it is the most flexible power system in the entire world. But as always, if you guys disagree, let me know in the comments.